في سبيل إنجاز هذا القانون
Kurdish political
وكذلك
parties
لابد.
claim the new election law marks no real change to Kurdish influence and equality on the Iraqi parliamentary floor.
ئێمە لە یەکەم جارەوە داوای ئەومان دەکرد کە ئەو زوڵمەی لە کورد کراوە بە پێی هەڵبژاردننی ساڵی 2010 کە ژماری کورسیەکانی پێکهاتەی کورد.
At the very beginning, we asked for improvements to the inequality that the Iraqi parliament has in regards to Kurds, because Kurds have a smaller number of seats in the parliament compared to Shia and Sunni Arabs. We also reiterated that we wanted to add 6 to 8 seats for the 3 Kurdish provinces. As a result of the negotiations held by Kurdish political parties, only 3 seats were given to all Kurdish provinces. In other words, the ratio remained the same. Kurds were hesitant to partake in the election reform law and expressed how they wanted concessions to be met in order to increase seats for Kurdish representatives to garner more influence against Shia and Sunni political parties in Iraq. At one point, Kurds were upset over the proceedings to pass the new law and walked out, but eventually came back to vote for the change. We tried to increase the number of Kurdish seats in the Iraqi parliament, and we were almost able to make the number of seats to 340 or 350, but Shia members rejected the request. Therefore, no province lost any seats. But with the UN suggestion, 3 more seats were added for the Kurdistan region and compensation seats for other provinces. Previously, there were 325 seats in the Iraqi parliament, but under the new law there are now 328. Those 3 seats were added to increase Kurdish representatives on the parliamentary floor. The amendment was passed on Monday by unanimous vote despite Kurdish grievances. Iraqi parliamentary members had to change the vote following a decree by the Iraqi federal court stating the previous law was unconstitutional according to the Iraqi constitution. The new law also drew some criticism from Kurdish opposition political parties about how negotiations were consolidated. The Goran movement, the main opposition party in the Kurdistan regional government, believes the Kurdish coalition was too lenient with negotiations and should have stood firm on their demands. Representatives from the Kurdistan Democratic Party and the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan make up the coalition, and decided to create the union as a means to unite Kurdish parties for representation under one banner on the Iraqi parliamentary floor. There is still the ability for political parties to file complaints in the Iraqi federal court over the new election law, but political analysts believe the ability to successfully reverse the law is going to be difficult. The Iraqi parliamentary elections are set for April 30th and will decide the makeup of the 328 seats of the Iraqi parliament. Sunni, Shia, and Kurdish parties will compete for a total of 310 seats, while under the new law, Kurds get 3 of the remaining seats, while 8 are divided among minority groups, and 1 seat goes to Baghdad, Basra, Babel, Anbar, Diyala, Dikar, and Karbala. This is Armando Cordoba for Ruda English.